Hi, I'm Craig Weisman, and on behalf of Expert Village, I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate holiday stuffing. Stuffing is a very personal thing, but I'm going to give you a basic recipe. I always kind of cook with my mouth and to taste it as I go along. And my stuffing goes back many years back to New York, and now I'm living in California, so I like to give it a little bit of a New York flavor, which I'll show you in a little bit. But what we're doing here is we have fresh herbs, which you can't do in New York this time of year unless you have an herb garden in your house, but I happen to have one in California outside. So we grew some rosemary, your parsley, which we're going to use a little later on. We have your sage, a bay leaf or two. This here is marjoram. You don't use that much. You're only going to use about 2 teaspoons of each of these items. And of course, fresh thyme. This is savory. I didn't have any savory, so I'm going to use it actually out of the spice rack, which you could do too, but it always is kind of nice to have fresh herbs. What we're going to use is about 2 teaspoons of each of these. The parsley we're going to use a little later on, but most of these go into the ingredients of the stuffing, which I'll show you as we cook on the stove. What I do is, this is actually a little bit of store-bought seasoned stuffing, and which I mix along with my own white bread and wheat bread and toast it up and mix it in. And then this year, to give it the New York flair, I added some rye bread, alright? We got some rye bread here, so I toasted it up and I crumpled it, and I'm going to mix it in with the stuffing here like this. Boom. And you can always just crumple it or cut it, whatever you want, but you know, I kind of crumple it up. So I toasted it up. This was actually fresh rye bread. And I crumple it up and I'm going to mix it in. Now, who knows how this is going to come out? This is my own little addition this year. But you could do whatever you like. But because it's going to take on the taste of the fresh herbs. We also have some fresh nutmeg here. My wife, where did you get these things?
Caribbean.
She went to the Caribbean this morning. She came back and she looked good. Anyway, here's a nutmeg, and this is the inside of what a nutmeg looks like. And the best way to shave nutmeg is if you happen to have one of these zesters here. Diane used it earlier on an orange. It works on nuts too. You take it apart, and here's the nut. So here's the nutmeg, here's the nut, and then you take a zester, and hopefully you can see this, or you can grind it in a grinder, and you start to shave it off like so. And after you spend a few minutes doing that, you have some fresh nutmeg. And all you need is a little bit of nutmeg. I think about ½ a teaspoon will do it. A couple of eggs. I have 2 medium onions and 6 to 8 celery stalks cut coarse. And here's the secret: butter. You gotta put in butter, and it tastes like butter when it's done. Here's 2 sticks. Well, this is half sticks of butter, which comes out to, I think, 16 tablespoons. So this is 8 tablespoons and 8 tablespoons. You put them together. You got 16 tablespoons of butter. You can add more or less depending on your taste. And 2 quarts of fresh chicken stock, which you see here. As you can see, ooh, it's smoky. Just made it this morning. A little salt and pepper, and you're off. So I'll see you in the next segment.